Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. And today we're gonna move on to Vivi. So this is gonna be the fourth leader from OP04 that we're gonna showcase in our channel. So the next three videos are gonna be on the Vivi, which is it's a decent deck. It's not the strongest, but it's also not the weakest. It definitely can get a lot of value just because you can be so aggressive with the value of rush and drawing cards with your Vivi. You end up getting a lot of cards in your hand, which tends to be really good. This is the deck list that we're going to play. You can find that deck list in the description below. I hope you enjoy the two games we have today of Vivi versus Rebecca. Enjoy the games. In this match, we're going against Rebecca. All right. Opponent chose to go first. I'm going second. This Chaka is nice, but he does get killed very easily by the stuff that they have. I might keep this hand. It's kind of weird, but I might keep this hand. We're going to get a lot of draw from the BV anyways. Having this Chaka is so important for this deck that I think it's correct to keep it. Choose no targets, end the turn. Both of us kind of did the same thing. Unfortunately, they got the Coliseum. So that makes things a little bit difficult. They did lose a Leo, which is good for us. Let's go like this. Let's get this happiness punch. Return the rest and the turn. This Chaka enables our... So obviously we cannot kill the Sabo, right? We cannot kill the Sabo. They got rid of the 1,000 Worlds, which is interesting. So we cannot kill that Sabo. Because he cannot be KO'd this turn, right? Ha. That's interesting. Do I put pressure into them? Like if I just go one down here, 6, 2, 2, one more. Yeah, let's go like this. Go -3. The opponent cannot really block with that Sabo without losing the Sabo. We can go Sanji. And down to draw here, give this Sanji the rush. And down to use the ability for Sanji. And they will attack here, right? We'll just attack here into the Rebecca for 7. Again, this Sabo can't really block us. Opponent just take 2 damage like that. And I'm just going to go super aggressive. Into the opponent. They do have a lot of units that can attack into us now. We can play 1 happiness punch. But that's about as much as we can do. Opponent goes for the destructive Sword of Thunder. So that we'll be able to KO one of my units. And they go for the Kyros. And they can go ahead and kill this. So we can go ahead and play this guard point, I guess. Force the opponent to attack with their Sabo if they want to. Alright. So I'm okay with them attacking with that Sabo. Because what we can do now is that we can play this Chaka. Killing the Kyrios does nothing, right? Because the opponent can rest both the stage. So if we go Chaka, all we're doing is trying to kill the Sabo. Which I think is probably worth it anyways. So we can give 1 down here. And just kill that Sabo. I guess opponent could spend their Dawn to save it. And we'll pass the turn here. Just keep our events, our events counter to be able to deal with the stuff. I wish I had my 3,000 Worlds to be able to deal with that Kyrios. That's the only downside here, right? If you're going to do this, I'm going to just give you a 1k, right? Do we give them the 1k? Let's give them the 1k here. See what they have. They must have something else here that they want to play into. Orlumbus. Okay, so do you have another Kyrios? If I give you the second 1k, that's going to be a problem. Let's force them to have to actually play the Orlumbus effect. I'm going to force them to have a Kyrios or have a Leo. We've seen 1 Leo. We've seen 1 Kyrios. They can use it, pop that, or they can just have a second destructive sword. Okay. All right. Interesting. Guess we can go like this. Bounce back the Curious. Let's go ahead and give this rush right away. Opponent has 5. So it's so easy for them to save this. And then if they have a second Orlumbus, it could be a problem. I'm actually debating if it's correct for us to play Otama and make sure that we actually kill this Orlumbus. I'm gonna go for it. I think it's correct for us to make sure we kill this Orlumbus. Having played Rebecca, if the opponent keeps this Orlumbus alive, I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble, right? They can have the Curious here to kill the Otama, and that's okay. We have a 2k counter, which gives us some outs versus the Curious, but it's gonna be really problematic. This is still gonna be really problematic. Yeah, so they go like that. They lose the second Orlumbus. They can go 2 down here and attack into the Doflamingo, but that means that we can easily counter that. So they need to play a lot more than that, and they don't play enough. Orlumbus? Alright, so we could go Kaido and bounce both of them back. That's the best time to play Kaido, right? Just bounce both into their hand so that they have to replay it again. Because opponent wants to have the Curious in their field before they play the Orlumbus effect, because they don't have anything else to target with the Orlumbus. So they go down to 2 life. We still have 4 life, remember? We have to worry about the Luffy being able to just get rid of all our life. But I think this is the best time we have to play Kaido. Because the opponent will have to have a Red Roc here. They have the King Kong gun. So my life is like... Yeah, they can just take care of my life here. I guess they cannot play the King Kong gun, right? Because they need 3 down for it, and they play the Rebecca. They should kill this Dofi this time, if they can. So they should kill this Dofi this turn. Let's force them. Let's force them to do it now. Is it Market or Vista? I guess we'll do both. We'll do both. I was thinking about keeping the Marco in my hand. I want them to use it right now. So they go ahead and doing it right now. They can kill the Dofi. But this Kaido will give me a lot of value. Yeah, so they have to do it because they don't want to die next turn. We'll have the blocker. We'll have the blocker. We can kill this Luffy. And we'll have a lot of done open. Let's go here. Let's place this on the top so that we can draw it and have the Red Roc available for us. We can keep this Marco. And then I guess, honestly, I kind of like the Sanji. I feel like I have enough events anyways. So we can go like this, whatever. This is 12. This is 7, 9, 11, 13. Let's put one more. Actually, let's put one more, right? Or let's put 3 more. That's 15. Opponent will need 9, 11, 13. Opponent will need to have a lot of cards to kill this, right? To defend this. If they've spent all their cards defending this Luffy, I think I just win the game. We know they have a Curious that's a deck card. It's not a counter. I have to take advantage of this Kaido now. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, they let it go. We can go ahead and do this. Wait, I knew what I was getting. Why did I do this? Yeah, I don't know why I did this. I knew that I had a bunch of units on the top of my deck that I just rearranged. But that's fine. Well, that's fine. I did forget about that. Let's just get this Nami here. We'll have the Red Roc for a second Luffy if we need to. Opponent has a lot of cards, but they're not able to use the Rebecca ability. They only have 2 life. Once I start finding the rest of my units, we should be in a good spot. We know they have the King Kong gone, but we'll have a blocker, so they cannot go for the combo of Luffy plus King Kong gone without first dealing with this blocker. And that's where their Orlumbus comes in. They go like this. They play the Curious, like I expected. They're still not able to kill my Kaido though, so I think I'm chilling. Second Curious, alright. If I do this, opponent just gets to play the Curious back, right? So maybe it's better to just bounce back their Orlumbus. Maybe it's better to bounce back their Orlumbus. But if I bounce back their Orlumbus and giving them a 1k, one Dawn for Happiness Punch is not bad. I don't want to give them this Orlumbus. Opponent has shown us that they already have another Orlumbus. They had two Orlumbus, right? Yeah, let's go like this. Let's go like this. Force the opponent to have to use their cards. We know they have Curious and King Kong Gun, so they have some dead draws in their hand. We can go here for 12. Opponent has to take that. We have the Red Roc. Oh, they use the barrier. Okay. So we have the Red Roc to be able to bounce back any blocker. The Luffy plus King Kong Gun, I think, is completely fine with me. They chose to... They're gonna kill this Doflamingo. Okay, 1,000 Worlds? I mean, that's okay with me. That's okay with me because we have the Chaka. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. So, I guess we cannot give Chaka Rush this turn. Let's take this hit. Let's take this hit. Let's take the second hit as well. We could bounce back their Sabo and their Curious, but then that leaves me with no Dawn to be able to survive the Luffy plus King Kong Gun. If we Red Roc, we still have 4 Dawn. Let's go like this. Let's go like this. We'll have 4 Dawn. I mean, do we need 4 Dawn or do we just need 2? I'm trying to see if it's better for me to draw with this BB right now. No, let's keep the 4 Dawn. I think I'll need the 4 Dawn. I think I will need this 4 Dawn to actually be able to survive next time. Because again, we know they have the King Kong Gun, and they could have a Luffy. I am kind of scared of the blockers, but we do have the second Kaido that could let me get rid of those blockers. So even if the opponent goes for the Luffy combo here, I think we're good. So it wasn't Luffy. They're just gonna go straight up for Akira's. So if we take that attack, opponent cannot restand Kira's, right? So we take that attack, enables our Radical Beam. We can also go -3, -3, that's 6. So I'll go to 11 and another -3. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that. We'll go like this. Just take 0 life. Because we know that next turn, we're going to probably play Kaido to get rid of their blockers here. So if we're going to play Kaido to get rid of their blockers, I want to be able to be at 2 life so that I can survive a potential secondary attack. Unless the opponent has a second King Kong in their hand. So they're just going to use it now. Yeah, it's a good try, but I have the 2K as well. I also have the Radical Beam, right? So the 2K, the Radical Beam, any of those, we have been able to kill it. So yeah, that was a good game. That 10-cost Kaido really helped us out. I'm always iffy about which one is the best way to go here. Because second is so good for the 10-cost Kaido, but I'm also giving them access to their... Let's go second. Let's go second. We have the 10-cost Kaido again. We have the Chaka. And we have the Doflamingo. So I think this is okay for us to keep. They get the Gyats. We'll go ahead and just get the draw. Choose no target. End the turn. Play Chaka. They get the Coliseum again. And they get the barrier. So Gyats and barrier. We can go Chaka. End the turn. Force the opponent to play a way to kill this Chaka. Okay, 1000 worlds. Cool. Let's play the blocker. Let's start placing on the top. I guess I'll take here. We already have a 10 cost. I might just go like this, honestly, and play. I guess if we go Nami, we'll get the happiness punch. We guarantee the happiness punch hit. So we'll go like this. Choose no targets. Play Nami. Get the happiness punch. I do give them the chance of playing Curious here to be able to kill my Nami. Wow, okay. Destructive Sword Thunder. There goes the blocker. They could have Curious here. We can play Sogeking. Oh, Gaiats? Interesting. Gaiats can attack the Nami? I think they're trying to just get... Yeah, they were trying to get down to 6 cards. Yeah, they were just trying to get down to 6 cards so that they could do their stuff, right? Sure. I would like to play, like... It might be the right time for us to play the Sogeking. I mean, I guess Doflamingo is probably better. And giving that Gaiats back into their hand, but having this Doflamingo as a big 7k is important for us as well, right? So there goes their Sabo. The opponent has a lot of cards in their hand. We can always play this Kaido. And if the opponent doesn't have a Red Roc, which they already played like 3000 swords and a couple other things. So they got rid of the Gaiats, their Olympus. So we can bounce back that are... We can bounce back the Sabo or we can bounce back the Olympus. Which one do we think is better? If we go for this Doflamingo, we can actually just attack twice. Which I think seems better for me. Force the opponent to use that Sabo. Yeah, let's go like this. I like forcing them to have to play that Olympus again. If they want to block with the Sabo and have a 2k counter, that's okay. I'll give you the 2 attacks here. We'll have the happiness punch and a bunch of counter value to survive. If you make your Sabo, yeah, so they go for the Luffy instead. They go for the Luffy instead, and they have the... Wait. Why Curious? You can attack with Luffy only then, right? And this just gets punished by a 1k? We have a lot of happiness punch. We have a lot of happiness punch. I'm trying to debate if it's worth it to just play one of them right now. And keep my counter for later. And yeah, let's go. I guess let's just put one on this. Actually, I put 2 on the Sabo, by the way, because the Sabo can attack my life. So, is it the time for Kaido? Bounce back the Curious, bounce back the Luffy. Force the opponent to have to reset, right? Go like this. We know that the opponent has their Olympus, so they want to have that Curious on the field to be able to deal with their, to be able to have their Olympus come down. Alright, they take that next life. They still keep their Sabo alive. Having this big 12k is more important to me than say, yeah. So they're gonna go Olympus. The problem is, again, they have to activate this before they can play Curious, and none of my units really get punished by this. I guess they can do -4 here, and if this goes to 6 and they have the if they have another Sword of Thunder, they can actually KO my Kaido. But they decided to do it on the Luffy, on the Doffy, because of the 1000 swords. That's their 3rd 1000 swords. We know they have a Luffy. They have the Destructive Sword of Thunder now, so I definitely want to deal with this Olympus if I can. But I don't really have a way to deal with it. What I can do is that I can bounce it back. I can bounce it back, forcing the opponent to have to play 4 Dawn for it, and then play the Dawn for the Destructive Sword of Thunder. So they're going to only have 2 Dawn if they want to do it that way, just to kill this Kaido. If we force back the Sabo, then the opponent can play that in combination. No, I think I want to delay the Olympus, right? I want to delay the Olympus. Let's go here. Attack for 7, attack for 7, attack for 12. That's actually crazy. You have to block one of these. Like, you definitely have to block one of these. Okay, so you're blocking the Kaido then? With the Sabo? Yeah, obviously. So they can play their Lombos into Destructive Sword of Thunder, but it's not... It's killing my Kaido, but it's not getting you anywhere. Yeah, so they can do like that. You have 2 done open, and you have 0 life. You have 2 done open, you have 0 life. We can go... yeah, we can just go for a guard point here. Keep my Dawn for later. Keep my counters for later, and we just win the game. Like, the rush ends up being so good against the opponent. Just because we're able to continuously play these big bodies, and the opponent cannot really do anything about it. And being able to bounce their Curious back into their hand just ends up being so good for us. We called out that Sword of Thunder play even last turn. Opponent didn't have it last turn, so instead they did it this turn after they drew it. Fine. But we knew that that was the way that they could kill that Kaido, because they could get it to 6 cost, and then the Sword of Thunder can get there. And yeah, I mean, they just got punished. We just ended up getting so much value from the BB, from the draw and the rushers, that these Doflamingos were able to just continuously attack into them. And that's why the Doflamingo is so good, just because that 7k attack is forcing the opponent to spend 2 cards every time you attack with him. So, and you're able to bounce back a blocker or bounce anything else that's critical that the opponent might have. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that game, those 2 games showcasing the power of BB. If you like today's games, make sure to like the video and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. And we'll come back tomorrow with some more BB gameplay. So enjoy your day.